I even wash and dry my bedclothes. Coin laundry's not cheap, but apparently I am. And how much does this cost? About 2 frog hairs short of a nickel, a dash of detergent, and a dash of softener. You know, what I thought might be interesting is how do I wash my clothes? Now that I'm a soloer, it's just me, a newbie soloer, I don't see any sense of running down the coin laundry and putting money in those machines when I can do it myself. So I came up with this idea. That is, since this RV does not have a washer and dryer, now I could buy the little cheap portable washer and dryers and put it in the shower. And if you don't let it pile up, it's not that big of a chore. It's just a few things every day that I can wash, or every other day, and hanging up right here in this RV. So I'm going to show you what I came up with. I just think it's kind of interesting. And this is what I came up with. A 5-gallon bucket with the top. I cut a hole in the top. And I bought this cheap dollar store plunger, a couple of bucks. Put it through here. I fill my bucket with water. I simply agitate the clothing with this plunger. The plunger actually grabs and picks it up and pushes it back down. Let me show you. Just put a little bit of detergent in there. It doesn't take much. Just take my clothing. And when it gets enough water in here, about half, and of course I rinse it afterwards. I mean, it's just me, you know. Well, that should be enough right there. I do this about 100 times. And that's pretty much the way I do it, and then I do the same thing with the rinse. Now, since I'm at an RV park and I have hookups, I'm just going to pour the water down the drain. Since this RV holds 100 gallons of water, if you conserve your water, you can go a long time with 100 gallons of water. But if I were boondocking, I would just simply do this outside. I've got an outdoor hose out there. It's that simple. And then when I got through, I'd go water a tree somewhere with it, with the wastewater. So that's pretty much it right there. Then I take my clothes and I simply wring them out. Now I want to show you something. Look at this. Look how dirty this water is. Now, I live in the desert, and that's dust. That's dust. It's not dirt that is like I'm a dirty person, because these clothes were washed recently. Everything in the desert gets dusty. And look at the water. Just pour it down the drain. If I'm at an RV park, which I am right now. The water's actually warm because it's so hot here this time of the year. I don't leave my water heater turned on. Just a waste of energy. Now I simply fill it up. I fill it up again. And then I do my rinse. Then I hang it out, and then I'm gonna hang them up. I do my rinse, and then I wring them out, and then I'm gonna hang them up right here in the RV. A little bit of softener. Doesn't take much. Now the rinse. And now I want to tell you a short story of regret. I grew up in northern Louisiana, and back when I was a kid, most people didn't have anything, and my mother didn't have a wash machine or a dryer. And she would get in there in a tub and wash our clothes by hand. And then she would wring those clothes out just the way you saw me do it. And then she'd hang them out on the line. Well, I was about 11 years old, I guess, and there was a lady lived down the way, and she had just finished washing her white sheets, and she probably did it the same way. She had them hanging out on the line. Well, a friend of mine and we thought it'd be quite funny if we would get mud and throw mud all over her white sheet. I regret that so much, and he and I thought it was the funniest thing. I went back years later to apologize to that woman for that, and maybe pay her some money or something, buy her a washing machine or something. But she was no longer there. If I've ever asked for forgiveness, it was that. Doing that stupid thing. That hard-working woman who washed her clothes and hung them out on the line, and two idiot kids come along and plaster her white sheets with mud. I hope God will forgive me for that. Thank you. I hope you got something out of this. I'm a newbie soloer with Buddy, my dog, and I'm just trying to figure this thing out. Thank you very much, and I appreciate you. And you take care.